Kanjo, what is your occupation?
I'm currently a copy editor in a non-fiction department at Ostrudo Publishing.
And would you mind telling the court a bit about your family life?
Well, I married Casey right after grad school. We had two beautiful kids, Claire, who's 14, and Ethan, who's 11. I had a great family life up until 2007, when it all changed.
Mrs. Kanjo, what caused this to change?
Well, that's when we found out Casey was ill.
And was there any cure for this?
Well, the doctor diagnosed Casey with a grade 4 astrocytoma. He said there was chemo and radiation, but that would only slow down the tumor. He said an experimental surgery would become available in the fall of 2008.
Did Casey ultimately avail of the surgery, Mrs. Kanjo?
Yes.
How?
Well, we needed the insurance company to cover the cost of the operation, and my current job at Ostrudo covered 90% of the operation, which was just wonderful. You know, it just took a weight off my shoulders.
Mrs. Kanjo, what was the outcome of the surgery?
Well, unfortunately, due to some complications during the surgery, Casey passed away.
Mrs. Kanjo, I am very sorry for your loss, but if I could bring you back to October 24th, what were your plans for that evening?
Well, myself and Casey were having David John and Madison Reynolds over for dinner. It was around 11:30 and the phone rang, and I was wondering, you know, who would be calling at this time of night. And I picked up the phone, and it was a call from the Fairfax County Sheriff Department asking to speak to David John or Madison. And about a minute or so later, David John told us that they'd taken Bailey.
Mrs. Kanjo, you were here today being accused of kidnapping. How do you wish to respond to this?
I did not take Bailey Reynolds. I did not do it. I know what it's like to lose the most important person in your life. I know what grief is, and it's just, I did not do this. I did not do it. I'm sorry.